So this is how you do the HACH testing kits. They're relatively easy if you just pick up on like the pattern, those 4 different kits, but you have to start with the same sample prep for all of them. So you'll take whatever manure you're using, again, shake it up for like 30 seconds, and for this time, you're gonna tear mass your blender. We like to use these little like baby blenders because you can actually measure the mass on our scales. So you'll take a tear mass of that, and then you add about 20 grams of this to your blender, and then you want to add about 180 grams of deionized water. So that's about 1 part of manure to 9 parts water. And again, just note how much you're doing. So you'll mass all of that, and then you'll stick it on your blender base. Make sure it's locked. It's not good if it doesn't do that. You'll plug it in for real, and you'll run it for a minute the first time you're prepping a sample. If you're using a sample that you've previously prepared and you put in the fridge and you're coming back to it like a day or 2 later, that kind of thing, then stick it on the base and run it for like 30 seconds. You could do a minute, it won't hurt it, but we typically do 30 seconds. So then you're gonna check whatever this kit wants you to use for your amount and pipette that out. Sometimes we will take these long pipette tips and just cut a little bit off the end so we can make sure we're getting all of the material in there. That can be really helpful. So a trick with these testing kits, it will tell you on the box what to do. It helps if you kind of walk it through with yourself first. But for the most part, these will tell you what to do. What they don't tell you is you're probably gonna have to dilute your final results to get it to read. So we have this bin of previously used tests that these guys are actually really helpful. So if you run your test, let's say I've run my test in here, and I put it in this little guy, our scanner, and it doesn't want to read it. It says it's over the limit or something to that effect. What I can do is I can take this old test and just, keeping in mind which is which, I take this old test and I'll dump out whatever's in it. I'll clean out this bottle so it's totally clean. None of those old results are in it. I'll take my new test that didn't want to read and put it in this little itty bitty little beaker. It's just a little 10 mils, it's very cute. And then I'll take a little thing of water. And I'll take my cleaned out old test, and I'll take like a mil of my test that wouldn't read and a mil of water and shake it up real good. Wipe it off with a chem wipe and then try it again, because it has this barcode that is really helpful for running these types of tests that the machine will automatically know. In this case, it goes, oh, I'm reading a total nitrogen test. And you just keep diluting until it will read, and just note however much you're diluting, you can go back and do the math to figure that out.